Hello, welcome back to Sacred Vapes, the channel that aims to bring the views and experiences of products in the market today, brought to you by an average vapor. Now this week I've got something really special to bring to you guys, something I'd never heard of before until the Vaping Bogan casually mentioned it in one of his top 3 tanks, and I looked it up, bought one, and it absolutely blew me away. It's this, the Hellvape Hellbeast tank. Now, if you've never heard of Hellvape, they've been around. I mean, they're fairly new, year or two out, but you've definitely heard of their products if you've never heard of their name. Things like the Drop RDA, things like the Dead Rabbit. You know, you've got absolutely fantastic pedigree behind them. So something like this, it may be their first sub-ohm tank, I'd imagine. But before we get into all the details anyway, let's give her a vape. Now, what this is, it's a collaboration between Hellvape and Beyond Vape, and what they've decided to bring is what they're calling a hybrid tank. What this means is that it offers both direct lung and mouth to lung options, which is really interesting and potentially the first of its kind on the market. But we'll get into the details of it first. First of all, the box. Absolutely stunning box work. You absolutely love the design of it. It's got there at the top the collaboration between the two. Turn it over. It's had a bit of juice on the back of it, but you get content. You've got specifications and website information and the scratch code. Now let's get her open. What you'd get inside the box, it would look like that. Obviously your tank would be there, and on this side it's a little bit ripped. Let's get her open. You would get, you can tell I haven't read it, you would get a user manual that folds out. You would get a spare coil, which the coils look like this, as you can see. Now these coils are rated 0.15. They're recommended between 60 and 80 watts, but the top of the range is 90 watts. So yeah, back to the box if I can find it. You also get spare glass. You get, now this little bag, this is where we get interesting in terms of the hybrid tank, because just get it open. You get spare O-rings. Let's see. You get a 510 drip tip, and you get an adapter. So how does it work? Right, we'll get into the tank. It's a 4mm tank. It's an 810 drip tip. It's top fill. You have a little arrow, which I can never find. It's well disguised. There you go. A nice big fill hole there. Slides back. Bottom adjustable airflow. Now, if you can see there, this is the direct lung airflow. Nice and wide open. Now if you turn it, maybe to see it's now dotted. Now that's the mouth to lung airflow, so you can control how many holes you have open there. So that's quite wide. So if you turn it all the way down to about 2, you can hear. And then when you turn it wide open, it's much louder. So yeah, they're the basics of the tank. How does the hybrid, I was going to say hybrid theory, Linkin Park fan here. How does the hybrid tank work? Basically, it's compatible with the Hellbeast coils, which are these that you come packaged in the box. It also comes compatible with Smock Baby Beast coils, and the Vaporesso GT coils are also compatible. And then with this, you can use Nautilus version 2 coils and turn it into a mouth to lung tank. Now, to roll through the details, it's a 4mm capacity with the Hellbeast coils, it's a 4.3mm capacity with the Baby Beast coils, and it's a 3.5mm capacity with the adapter and the Nautilus coils. So you do get a little bit of variation, and I know on the website you can get a 5mm version of this tank as well. So we'll get talking about the tank now itself. And to be honest, I absolutely love this tank. I really do. As I say, the review conditions, I've been using this dedicated 2 weeks. Literally 2 weeks. I started 2 weeks ago on the Sunday. This is now Saturday night. So it's been filled up about 3-4 times a day, every day, from then till now. So I must have put, I mean, this mod saying I'm up to 800 puffs, and then I've been using a drag 2 with it as well, so it's quite a lot of usage that's been put through this, and yet I absolutely love it. I've absolutely fell in love with this tank. It's what I'd class as a luxury tank, and what I mean by that is that it's a very high juice consumption tank, but what you get as a result of that, massive vapor. In fact, I would put this blows the Skynet out the water. I mean, I said that the Skynet was the biggest cloud production on a single mesh coil. This is even better. That is really thick, but you are going to be filling this up quite a bit. But we'll get into the pros and cons of this now. First pro for me is going to be the vapor and the flavour. Absolutely incredible. It's something that I thought the Falcon and the Mesh Pro and the Sense Screen, they were going to be like the pinnacle until I tried this out. And I mean, I'm trying a new flavour in here, and it's just amazing. I mean, I've been vaping this at 80 watts, and yeah, just the amount of vapour, as I say, you're getting. It's just really, really thick. And what I find really enjoyable about it is that it's not too smooth. I think things like the Sense Screen, very smooth vape. This, you're not getting that. You're still getting that little bit of a throat hit. So it's getting the vape pretty much spot on. So next pro for me is going to be that top fill. Nice and easy. I say just when you can find it. Just slides back. Now, using this, as I say, daily, I've not had a single opening. There's a nice resistance on there, so can't complain about that. Absolutely love the drip tip. The design, it's going to look very familiar if you own another one of Hellvape's products. I mean, I got mixed up. Someone posted their tank up, and it was a rebuildable tank, me being the Dead Rabbit, and it looked almost the same profile as that, just a few cosmetic differences. So they've certainly gone with the similar profile with their other products. I absolutely love the design. It's not a standard sub-ohm tank design, especially with the big block at the top. So big fan of that. Next pro for me, plenty of airflow. Massive airflow. And it is a bit loud, as you can hear, but even if you turn it down to about half full, still getting a nice vape. And what you're getting with that as well, the flavour does increase more. You get more of an intense flavour when the airflow is cut down. So again, big fan of that. Next pro for me is going to be the coil life. 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks give or take. When I'm reviewing the tank, I'm changing the liquid up quite regularly because I'm trying to stress the coil out. So I'm going from sweet liquids to mild liquids. And that's the coil. That was Thursday. I think I changed it. Now, I was still getting flavour through that. It did decrease. That's why I changed it. The flavour did decrease. So, I will say, it will get more than 2 weeks, but you're not going to get that intense hit after about, I'd say about 12 days. 12 days, that's when I really started to notice the difference. Next pro is going to be the fact that the hybrid with the adapter. That's another big pro. The fact that it gives you many options. I mean, the fact that you can throw a baby beast coil on there. I don't know why you'd want to throw a baby beast coil on there because, you know, not knocking the baby beast coils, but they were brilliant 3 years ago. You know, this almost is the pinnacle of what sub-ohm vaping should be like now. So, the fact that you can turn it into a mouth-to-lung tank as well. I say if you've got some Nautilus version 2 coils lying about, you can use them in this. And I say it gives you that option, 2 tanks in one. So that's absolutely fantastic. The fill hole itself, found no bubbling up. I have found a slight bubbling afterwards, which is a bit strange. But not when I'm filling it up. I've not had that issue, so I can't complain about that. I say I will throw in as a pro that artwork. I just absolutely love it. So yeah, they're the pros of this tank. We'll get into the cons of it now. First con for me. Now these are going to be a bit. I'm struggling here to really fault the tank. The first one's going to be the actual capacity, because naturally you would think that's the capacity of the tank, but it's not, because the liquid actually goes up to here. So I have found myself prone to overfilling it slightly each time I'm filling it up, because I'm obviously wanting to make sure I'm getting the full 4 mils of liquid in there. So yeah, that's a little bit of a con. Next con for me is going to be, I'm struggling, to be honest. I really am struggling. I'd say the fact that no, I can't think of any other con for this. I even love the fact that it's a smaller profile tank. You know, it's not some massive thing on top of your mod, so it will fit on smaller mods. I mean, I'm still giving it pros here. You know, that's how much. If I mean the design, if you don't like the design of the tank, that's going to be a bit of a con. I mean, the drip tip on top. I mean, I like that. If you don't like it, by all means, you can change it out, but you'll give that as a con. And yeah, I can't think of anything else. I genuinely can't. So we'll get into the overall of this tank now. And overall, what I was saying before about it being a luxury tank, that's going to be the biggest, like, either make or break thing with this, because I didn't con the liquid consumption. You know, it is really, really fast. It's one of the fastest sub-ohm tanks for drinking liquid I've ever come across. But the trade-off is that vapor production and that flavour, and that's why I class it as a luxury tank. And to be honest, it's the first luxury tank on the market, I would say, because if you've got absolutely loads of liquid and liquid isn't an issue for you, then you're going to absolutely love this as a daily tank. You know, if you're not going to have, I mean, you're looking about filling this up about 4 times a day, so that's 16 mils, 42, about 82 mils of liquid a week on average. Forgive me maths if I'm wrong there. But about, you know, you're looking at between 80 and 100 mils a week of liquid if you're going to be using this regularly and every day. So if that's not an issue, you're not going to have an issue with this. I don't think the extra 5 mil capacity is going to do that much difference. You're still going to drink quite quickly. But yeah, I absolutely love this tank. It is something that, as say, if juice is an issue, you're gonna love it as well. The flavour's fantastic. I'd definitely put the flavour. I think it's better than the Mesh Pro, and that's big praise. Everyone loves the Mesh Pro. At one point in time, I loved the Mesh Pro. This is better. I'd go far to say, subjectively, for the type of vape it is, it's the best sub-ohm tank on the market now. I think that's still classed an original Falcon in a separate class. That's fantastic for a low-powered vape. This is just absolutely fantastic at 80 watts. It really, really is. So, price point on this is going to be about £25. As I say, I paid 20 from AliExpress. I think I bought it from. But then they were still selling for about 25 on there as well. So yeah, for the value, especially if you've got some old coils lying about that are compatible, then it's brilliant value. I really would recommend getting this tank. Right, so next week I'm undecided what I'm going to bring to you guys, because I've been kind of focused on this, and before that it was the Tesla Punk. So I'm a little bit undecided what I'm going to bring to you guys this next week, but this is going to be at least another week away, I'd say. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to get involved in the Facebook group, I'll drop the link below. And remember, there's still a day to go on the giveaway, so if you haven't entered already, get involved. But as I always say, stay safe. And keep vaping.